welcome to This Day. It is Thursday and it's October 29th, counting down to our Halloween weekend. Now, we don't have any open meetings to tell you about today, but we'll just jump right on and tell you who is on our show today. We have Dr. Kubaska, Samantha Kubaska, who is here from the Memorial Breast Center. And then we have Dan Daly, who is such a nice guy, and he is here to talk to us about the Alzheimer's Orange County. And they do still have a fundraiser and a walk, but it just happens to be virtual that he'll tell us about. Now, let's go ahead and go to our resources that we normally do for COVID-19. We have covid19.ca.gov, where you can find all about the governor's reopening plans. And then you go to ochealthinfo.com, where you get all of your numbers per city or zip code. And they do have an updated hotline, 714-834-2000. Now, of course, you could always go to our Laguna Woods Village alerts.com website, where we get all of the local information and hand it down to you. You can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com if you have any questions or comments regarding pretty much anything here in Laguna Woods. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Again, it's pleasant, and thank goodness that the winds died down, because they have a really good control and hold on that fire that was out there. So we are looking at 80-57 today. Happy Friday tomorrow, 79-57. And happy Halloween on Saturday, and our clocks are being turned back, 82-60. Then we warm up slightly Sunday and Monday, 86 and 88. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our sunrise and sunset. Our sunrise this morning was 7:08, and our sunset is going to be 6:01. However, that will change over the weekend, because we're going to put those clocks back. And thank you, Diane, for sending in an adorable photo of your kitties, Mama and Annie. Super adorable. Thank you. And I love the little faces on those. They're just amazing. We've got the gesture on the left, and then look at the little Halloween kitty on the right. So super cute. All right, Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. So there you go. Send it on to those. And don't forget that this weekend, you are going to roll your clocks back at least 1 hour on Saturday after midnight. So don't forget that. All right, we'll be right back after this with Dr. Kubaska.
Do you want more energy, better balance, and improved understanding, especially in noise or watching TV? Improving your hearing can help with all of these concerns. Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Hunt, audiologist at Amazing Hearing. Oticon's hearing aid with brain hearing technology can improve your hearing and your health. We're having a hearing event on Tuesday and Wednesday, November 3rd to 4th. Call us today to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Samantha Kubaska, who is here on behalf of Memorial Care Breast Centers. Well, doctor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Now, breast cancer is, top of our tongues these days, and there's a lot going on with it. And, with COVID-19, I think people were a little afraid to come in, and we'll address that in our conversation. But before that, what age? I know it's changed since the last a year, maybe 2 years now. We're now looking at it at an earlier age of when we should be doing breast exams and when you should be checked with a mammogram.
There's been a lot of confusion out there in the last few years. You're correct. And despite all the different agencies that sometimes recommend, the American College of Radiology and the Society of Breast Imaging still recommend that women start annual screening. There was some discussion for a while of perhaps delaying that start to age 50, but the truth is that 1 out of every 6 breast cancers that we find are in women ages 40 to 49. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that that group is screening annually as well. And 50.
Okay, well, that's really good to know. And I've been seeing the commercials where they've been saying, not 50, now 40. I mean, I certainly hope that the age doesn't get younger. Do you think that's where we could be headed?
I don't. I think the age has been set for decades now, and that seems to be the key age to Is a subgroup of people that may start screening earlier if they have that warrants that.
Okay. All right. Great. Now, in regards to technology, there is 2D and 3D. Can you please explain the difference?
Sure. Uh, I liken it to book. If you look at that book on total, we can see all of the breast tissue all together, and it's a very good mammogram to do a 2D mammogram. Many breast cancers. However, we've developed 3D technology. Think of that as looking at the individual pages of the book. So not only can I see the book, but then I can open the book and slice through thin 1 millimeter slices of the breast to try and not only identify a breast cancer when it's smaller, but also maybe perhaps prevent a false alarm where we thought we were seeing a change or a thickening on a mammogram. But when we look through the pages, normal tissue superimposed upon itself. So it really has revolutionized our ability to maybe bring back less patients for false alarms and to help us find breast cancer earlier.
So, is it just exclusive now 3D, or are we still doing 2D?
We do both, and 2D capabilities, example, for calcifications. However, we do offer 3D mammography to all of our patients in the memorial care centers. We offer low dose 3D mammography, which is also the most recent development in that technology.
Okay. Okay, great. And then if somebody was to have something abnormal in one of their mammograms, what would you end up having them do next?
So if we screen, for example, 100 women, 90 of those women will, their screening mammogram was normal. But in about 8 to 10 of those women, we may have to bring them back for something additional. Perhaps that you have taken as a traditional screening mammogram don't tell us the whole story, and there's something that we need to investigate. When you get back for additional imaging, we might do special mammography pictures where we push just on that area to see if we can make it look normal or if there's truly a change. And we might perform ultrasound of that area to look at something we see by mammography to see, for example, if it's a cyst or it's a solid structure. And at Memorial Care, you will get your results that day from a radiologist so that we can put your mind at ease if everything turned out to be normal. We can tell you what to do next.
Oh, that's really reassuring, I think, to many people, knowing that if you have this kind of information, yeah, you don't want to sit around and wait for a week worrying if it's nothing. I mean, you don't want to worry anyway, but that's really good to know. You know, many people during this COVID-19 timeframe have put off doing anything with the doctor, not just their annual mammograms, but literally not even going if it was an utmost importance because they're worried about getting COVID-19. We've talked to several doctors at Memorial Care, and you guys have done a really great job. Tell me what you've done in the breast centers.
So where we stopped screening mammography, it was recommended that the hospitals only see people if they had an urgent issue. We stayed open for what we call diagnostic mammography, where if somebody felt a lump in their breast, we did have to close screening for a few weeks. Since late April, early May, we've reopened for screening mammography with, of course, applying social distancing, both in our waiting room areas. And we, of course, have all of our staff wearing masks at all times. Staff and patients are screened upon entry to the building. And we clean all of our equipment in between every patient. I want people to go back to having their, we discussed it's very important to have one once a year. And although a month may not hurt anything, we certainly don't want you to skip this year, and you can feel safe that with the precautions we're taking and the precautions we're asking our patients to take, that it is safe to come in and have your screening mammogram.
Okay, perfect to know. So other than the fact that you get your radiology results in one day, what else would you say Memorial Care Breast Centers do that might be different than others?
So one wonderful thing about our centers is that all of our radiologists that read your mammogram and perform the studies are all dedicated, fellowship trained breast radiologists. So we offer a higher level of expertise than perhaps a general radiology center. And that can mean less likely for additional imaging. It can also mean a more precision in reading your mammogram, and certainly a great deal of experience should you need a biopsy or an MRI or something else done. In addition, we operate as a treatment team. So we have breast surgeons, oncologists, plastic surgeons, geneticists, all in our center, that if a patient is diagnosed with a breast cancer, we can jump into action and ensure that everything they need is right here in the center for you. We also have what we call patient navigators. These are a small group of women who are trained to help patients through this process. So once you're diagnosed, our patient navigation team would be with us when we give you the results that came back abnormal, and then help you make all of the appointments, answer all questions, be available to you throughout the entire process, rather than just saying, here, we have this bad news, and please go find your own help. We can make sure that help in-house.
Okay, well, that is perfect. And thank you so much for all of that information. I really appreciate it. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.
As a friendly reminder, cast your third mutual ballot by using a dark pen to fill in the oval. Place your ballot in the secret ballot envelope. Then, insert into the yellow postage-paid return envelope and seal. On the back of the yellow envelope, sign your name. Mail in plenty of time to arrive before November 2nd. Or hand deliver to the community center ballot box by November 2nd. This is an important election proposition. Please vote.
Welcome back. Today I'm joined by Dan Daly, who is here on behalf of Alzheimer's OC. Well, Dan, how are you? It's been a while.
I'm doing very well, and thank you for the invitation to join you on this day.
Oh, you're welcome. We're happy that we're able to still conduct our interviews, so thanks for joining us today. Now, there's, obviously we've been kind of sequestered to our homes now for quite some time, and I know there's a couple of things that you'd like to tell us about that's involved with Alzheimer's Orange County. And why don't you just give me a little bit of idea of what's happening?
Okay, well, first of all, we certainly believe in continuing education. And one of the programs that we've put together through our education department are these online courses that are provided by Alzheimer's Orange County. And to access the courses, all a person has to do is to access our website, which is www.alzoc.org. And in there, they'll find a calendar, say for the month of October. And on that calendar will be all of the courses that we're providing. Now, this particular month, there are 3 courses that I highly recommend that you view as watch. One of them is the Savvy Caregiver. This is a free class over a 3-week period, and it's given every single month or every other month. And basically, they teach that caregiver, the potential caregiver, whether it be a family member or a friend, how to be a very capable caregiver. Now, normally, if they were to go to, say, Orange Coast Community College or Saddleback Junior College to take a class like this, it would run them about $350 to $400. Wow. And we provide it free.
That's great.
So it's a great, great benefit. We also have support groups of various specialties throughout Orange County, and these are also listed. And the objective of the support groups is, if you're a family member and you're becoming very frustrated, say after a year of dealing with a loved one with dementia, you can join a support group, and in that group will be a lot of other people who are experiencing the same problems and same frustrations. And quite often, what will happen is at the end of a session, you will learn something or a technique or a new method of dealing with a loved one who's got beginning of memory loss or severe memory loss. So that's a real benefit as well.
Well, I was poking
Tomorrow-
around on your website, and I really like the fact that it was very interactive, and you guys really have adapted well to a virtual situation. So I think that it looks really good.
Yeah, it's very important for people to share their experiences. Very important.
Right.
Tomorrow, Dr. Trin is going to be giving an update on Alzheimer's and research. And there'll be some excellent breaking news regarding his experience with dealing with some of these new remedies and new treatments. We also have a class that's going to focus on the importance of sleep. Now, you're familiar with the term beta amyloid or amyloid. That's the vehicle that carries the tau and tangles that are very detrimental to the brain as far as memory loss. Well, when you're sleeping, during your sleep, whether it be for 6 hours to 8 hours, your brain is getting rid of amyloid. So it's very important that you have a good night's sleep. Now, everybody, men especially, you may get a nature call in the middle of the night and you have to use the restroom. When you go back to sleep, you should be falling back to sleep. If you're struggling with getting back to sleep, whether it be for an hour or 2 hours, that's going to affect your health, especially the brain. So those are some of the classes that I recommend that they focus on.
That's great stuff. We all need to educate ourselves, because either A, you are going to be caring for somebody who may have this, or someone, or yourself could potentially have this type of situation in the future. So those are great mentions. So now you guys, instead of having your in-person walk, you're now going to be doing a virtual walk.
Right. This will be our 31st annual walk. And normally we'd have that physical walk at Angel Stadium in Anaheim.
Right.
So this year it'll be virtual. The registration is free. Again, just go to the website to sign up. You can join a team or create your own team. You can create your own walk. We've also added a 4K run this year. So if you're in shape and you want to run, you can chart out your own track as far as running. But the more important thing is that we're continuing to do this walk. And I might also add that for every dollar raised, that stays in Orange County. So that's very important, because the monies raised by these walks, they go to research and also new programs that we're in the process of developing. We're always listening to ways to improve the overall programs and services we provide.
Right. That's great. Now, speaking of being able to educate and help, you have a helpline now that you guys are doing. Tell me what the helpline is.
Yeah, that helpline has been around for a while, and it's really for family members more so than it is for the individual patient. That helpline, by the way, is 844, in the words help ALZ, ALZ.
Okay.
So let me give you an example of how this works. We have care consultants who are licensed clinical social workers who work directly for us. And they accept, last year, and a good example is there was something like about 7,000 calls that we received on that helpline. So people will call who are looking for help as far as assistance in finding an assisted living facility, board and care home. You might be looking for some help with an attorney. And we have access, and we're linked in with every single resource throughout Orange County. So anybody who wants to make that phone call, there is no charge for it. And we also have multilingual care consultants who will be able to talk and say Spanish, Vietnamese, Korean. We're trying to add Arab. So we're in the process of developing that as well.
That's great.
And the focus is on helping people who are dealing with a loved one with dementia. Now, I can tell you, Lisa, that nobody plans for Alzheimer's or dementia.
Right.
Nobody wants to plan for it. They don't want to think about it. So what happens is when they go with the loved one for a diagnosis, whether it be a neurologist or an internist, they're always in the reactionary mode. So what'll happen is that they get home and they figure, my God, what am I going to do now? Who can I turn to? Well, they might ask the doctor a few questions. And unfortunately, the doctors today, you're seeing patients every 15 to 18 minutes. So they don't have time, nor do their staff have time to answer a lot of these questions. So this is where this helpline is so extremely beneficial to people. And quite often we can have people call and they just want to talk to somebody. And it's more therapeutic for them than it might be for the information they're trying to get for the loved one.
Yeah.
But it's proven to be very beneficial and very rewarding. And we'll continue to provide this throughout COVID-19, as well as the online courses. They're continuous, and they'll be provided at all times.
I think that's great. And like I mentioned, your website is very intuitive and it's very easy to navigate. So we'll give as much information as we can regarding that website. So Dan, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Very nice to see you again. And thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back after this.
This election, all Californians will be able to vote safely from home. Every active registered voter will receive a vote-by-mail ballot with a unique barcode. You can track it using Where's My Ballot, and you'll receive automatic notifications by text, email, or voice call to let you know the status of your ballot once you mail it, drop it off at your polling place, or at a drop box. Vote-by-mail ballots. Simple, safe, secure, counted. Learn more at vote.ca.gov.
Welcome back. Well, I wanted to remind you about the ballots and the voting that's happening this week and ends on Monday. So if you're going to drop off your United ballot, it is due November 2nd by 5 p.m. And we do have a ballot drop off out in front of the Community Services Building. Now, the third ballot is due also November 2nd by 5 p.m. And if you're going to mail it in, it is due by 11 a.m. November 2nd. And there is a different mail address that you need to send it to, and that's on the front of those ballots. Now, we will have live updates on the results November 3rd. United's will be at 12:15 in the afternoon right here on Village Television. And Third's will be at 4:30 p.m. also here on Village Television. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that and check your schedule, and that will show you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what is happening tomorrow through the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. They are having a drive-through flu shot clinic, and as we have been talking to many doctors here on Village Television that say getting your flu shot this year is more important than ever, so why not get it for free? So that'll be October 30th from 1 to 2 p.m. for those last names ending in A through M, and then 2 to 3 p.m. For last names ending N through Z. And again, that will be at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and they ask that you wear some type of a shirt where, depending on where you're sitting in the car, is accessible to be able to give you the shot in your arm. All right, let's take a look at one other fun thing that's happening this Saturday, and I don't think it's too late to participate, is the Halloween Golf Cart Parade. How fun. You better get started, because I bet other people have already gotten started and making their carts look exceptionally good. That will start at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and to participate, you do need to go to Amenities, Recreation, and log in on the ActiveNet, and that is working now. And one last thing to remind you of course, it is open enrollment right now, and Medicare is rather confusing sometimes. If you are new to Medicare, there are cost savings that these folks can help you out with. Is the Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program. They can help you about choices. So just go ahead and give them a call at 714-619-4361 or visit their website. Okay, let's take a look at the weather one last time. It is looking lovely, and our air quality is much better than it was last few days. So we're looking at 80, 57, 79, 57. Halloween, 82, 60. Much warmer Sunday and Monday, 86, 88. We are having a little bit of a warming trend. And Saturday, don't forget to turn your clocks back 1 hour after midnight. Have a great day in the Village, and we will see you again tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.
South County Lexus, we really are different. We're California's exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Lexus Plus is a new way of doing business. At a Lexus Plus dealer, you can expect an upfront, negotiation-free, hassle-free price right on the vehicle. The same price you'll find on our website, all the way through the transaction. South County Lexus, we feel this is the way of the future, and this is the way the customer prefers to do business. South County Lexus, your exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Different, just like you.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We consider hearing to be an essential part of your life. During this time of quarantine and isolation, you need to be hearing the best you can to understand how to stay safe and to hear your friends and family. Advanced Ear Care is offering service to everyone that needs help with their hearing aids, no matter where it was you purchased. If it's not working properly, please call for a free troubleshooting appointment. We even have hands-free, no-contact curbside service. There's no charge for this service. Advanced Ear Care is here to keep you hearing during these critical days.
Tip, toss, take action. Don't give mosquitoes a fighting chance.